Here's the best way to tone your serratus anterior, or as we scientists like to call them, the gills. Let's start with what to avoid, because there's a lot of bad advice on this. Like, despite what a lot of influencers suggest, training your abs isn't doing anything for this muscle, because the gills have nothing to do with flexing the spine. They're mostly involved in moving the scapula either forward or upward. So things like overhead presses and push-ups are a good start, but they're probably not your best bet for achieving the fish-human hybrid look you're going for. For that, we'll need exercises like the Push-Up Plus, which is basically a normal push-up, but at the top, you push your shoulders as far forward as you can. Or if you want to keep it even simpler, just do gill punches, where you skip the push-up part entirely and just focus on protracting your shoulders as much as possible.
For the most part, this is correct. It's true serratus doesn't do anything during spinal flexion movements such as crunches, but in general, direct or isolated serratus work is just a low return on investment, because serratus gets more than enough stimulus through other movements. Unless you have something like a really bad case of weak scapula, in which case you should strengthen your serratus to pull those scapulas back in place. Training serratus directly just doesn't make a lot of sense. As mentioned, serratus will get plenty of stimulus during any lift, which includes any degree of scapular stabilization, so any lift which includes shoulder flexion, shoulder extension, or any kind of overhead movement. But if I had to pick one movement which will give you most bang for the buck and at the same time force your serratus to work overtime, that would be ab rollout, ab wheel rollout. Considering you have to extend your arms overhead while supporting your whole body weight, well, that's in standing variation. If you're doing them from knees, it's a little bit easier, but the mechanics is pretty much the same. Your serratus will have to work extra hard to stabilize the scapulas, while your core as a whole gets the stimulus through spinal anti-extension. And at the same time, you get arguably one of the best core exercises in existence. Again, the claims in this video are correct, but I don't believe you need direct serratus work unless you have a very specific reason to train your serratus directly. If it's a limiting factor during a specific movement, if it's underdeveloped or just chronically weak. And for most people, that's just not the case. In most cases, if you want to get visible serratus muscle, if you want to get those shark gills, you just have to get lean enough.